Welcome to Sofa Stories. I am Miss Rachel. I'm a librarian at the Emma O'Neill Library, and I just love to read books on my sofa. And I'm so glad you're here with me today to read some stories. And Momo and Mimi have been waiting on you. Well, I see Mimi. Say hi, guys. And they have some friends with them today, too. But where is Momo? I don't see him anywhere. You know what? He might not know you're here. Let's holler for Momo when I count to 3. Will you help me holler for him? 1, 2, 3. Momo! Nope. I still don't see him. All right, let's do it one more time. Scream really loud with me, okay? 1, 2, 3. Momo! Oh, here he comes. Look at him. Hi, guys. I didn't know you were here. Mwah, mwah. So glad to see you. All right, Momo. You sit up here with your friend Bear, and y'all listen. Be good listeners for our story time. You good, little bear? Sit. Oh, Bear's not sitting. There we go. All right. Well, before we begin, will you sing our Hello Friend song with me? The motions are really simple. I'll sing it one time so you can see it, and the next time you can sing it with me. Right? It's hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. It's time to say hello. Did you see those motions? They are simple. The sign for hello is you touch your forehead and wave. And the sign for friend are 2 fingers that hug each other. You try it with me this time. All right, you ready? Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. It's time to say hello. Good morning, everybody. Momo and Mimi have brought some friends with them today. Do you see who they've brought? Yeah, they've brought our big black bear, and we have our friend little brown bear with us today. Does that give you a clue of what some of our stories might be about today? Did you say that bears? Oh, you're so right. Momo and Mimi, since we had our friend bears over, they wanted stories about bears, and I said, that's great, because I have some great books. The first book I have for us today is called Bear and Duck. This is written by Katie Hudson. What do you think our book Bear and Duck could be about? Do they look like they could be friends? Well, let's read and find out. Here is our big old bear. Do you see what's flying behind him? Can you see him? He's got some honeybees. Bear was a bear, and in most ways he was just like any other bear. He was big and furry, he slept all winter, and he ate lots and lots of honey. But in one way, Bear was not like other bears. Bear's problem was that he wished he wasn't a bear at all. He was tired of sleeping all winter. His fur felt hot in the summer, and he was sick of all the angry bees. Leave me alone, he growled, rubbing his sore nose. That's it, Bear decided. I'm done being a bear. Just then, Bear heard a noise. A happy, I don't sleep all winter or have hot fur or bees stinging my nose kind of noise. What kind of noise could it be? Quack! The sound was music to his ears. So Bear slipped into line of a happy yellow ducks. Quack! He chimed in. He watched the ducks' every move. Yes, he could get used to being a duck. In fact, he decided he was a good duck. Luckily, no one noticed the new duck until Bear let out a too loud and happy quack. Look at Bear trying to be a duck. Stop right there, Bear. What are you doing in our line? Snapped Duck. You don't belong here. But please, said Bear, I don't want to be a bear anymore. Can you please teach me how to be a duck? Please? Well, all right, said Duck. I guess I can help. He found a book, and the book is titled, How to Be the Perfect Duck. Do you think Bear can learn to be a perfect duck? How to be a duck. Rule number 1, nest building. Step 1, collect twigs and old leaves. Step 2, build a nest. Step 3, place egg in nest. Sit on egg. Keep egg safe and warm. And step 4, under no circumstances should you lose your egg. I think he might have lost his egg there. How to be a duck, rule number 2 is swimming. Waddle into the water. Flap feet one at a time to swim. And step 3, no splashing permitted. Look at Bear making such a big splash. How to be a duck. Rule number 3, flying. Ooh, how do you think Bear will do with that one? Step 1, find the perfect hill for takeoff. Step 2, run while flapping wings and keeping beak pointed upward. Step 3, once in the air, crash. Oh dear. Look at sweet Bear. He's fallen. Flying was not his thing. This was definitely not going as planned. Bear wasn't good at being a duck after all. Duck felt sorry for Bear. Don't be sad, Bear. Look, you climbed a tree. Ducks can't do that. Bear felt a little better. He decided to climb up and get that apple for Duck. The apple was very high and the branch was very bendy. Bear reached as far as he could when... Boing! I'm flying! Bear called out happily, just like a duck. But inside, Bear wasn't actually happy at all. Flying twisted his tummy, and the landing was far too tricky. Crash! He landed right on his head. I think I prefer climbing, he told Duck. Being a bear doesn't seem all that bad, said Duck. And you make a really good bear. Look at that. And not only that, a really good friend. He shared his honey with Duck. Wasn't that so sweet? So in our story of Bear and Duck, Bear decided he really didn't want to be a bear anymore. So he tried out being a duck. But he wasn't very good at it, was he? No, he was the best bear, though, and a good friend. So that's our story of Bear and Duck. But it reminds me of a counting poem I have about some bears. Ooh, look. Do you see my bear? How many bears do you see right here? It's one bear, isn't it? Can you show me one? Well, I have one little bear wondering what to do when along came another. And then there were, how many? 2, that's right. Can you show me 2 fingers? Can you count them? 1, 2. Well, I have 2 little bears climbing up a tree when along came another. And then there were, how many bears? 3. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Show me those 3 fingers. That's right. Well, 3 little bears ate an apple core. Along came another. And then there were, come on, little bear. How many bears do I have now? Will you help me count them? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 bears. There were 4 bears. 4 little honey bears found a honey in a hive. Along came another. And then there were, how many? Did you say 5? That's right, 5. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show me those 5 fingers. These were my 5 little bears. You're right. Well, in our first book, our bear didn't want to be a bear, did he? Well, in this next book, I have a bear who is a little bit grumpy, and he also meets some ducks. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's called Mother Bruce. See, there's my friend Bruce the bear. He's got his grumpy scowl. And do you see? He has 4 little geese or goslings around him. Let's see what happens in our story, Mother Bruce. This is written by Ryan T. Higgins. He writes some of the funniest books. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rain. He did not like cute little animals. See that little rabbit? Bruce only liked one thing, eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Good morning, Sparrow. See his basket of eggs? Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. Do you see all of his fun things that he cooked with them? He had eggs on toast. He has some deviled eggs. He has a quiche. Oh, look at all these fun things. And he's looking on the computer for his eggs. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. So he went to get the ingredients. See him with his shopping cart? First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support local business, you see. And last, he went to see Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. Are these eggs free-range organic? He's got her eggs. At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. Got them ready. But the fire in his stove fizzled, so he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. Ooh, what could his surprise be? Mama! Do you see the eggs hatched? Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason he lost his appetite. I guess he didn't want the babies. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest. I will have to ask Miss Goose about her return policy. Only to find out Miss Goose had flown south early. She left a note in her nest, said, "Be back in April." Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. Is that the end of his problems? Mama, Mama! But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, "Go away," and "I'm not your mother," and "I liked you better when you were eggs." Bruce could take it no longer and became extra grumpy with them. Roar! It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. Mama! Look at him chasing him. And they're even walking like he's walking. Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. Like he taught them how to swim. It was hard work. They're painting and making a mess. He's got them in a carrier. He takes them for walks and he feeds them. Blah, ew, yuck. They don't like his cooking. They're all sound asleep on that log. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. Annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese, boring adult geese. Then, one fall afternoon, he saw the other goose families flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of these geese, and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration. See him flapping his wings? But they didn't listen. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. He made a slingshot. I don't know. Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. He put them in remote control airplanes trying to send them south. But they wouldn't leave. Sigh, look how much they love Bruce. They're hugging him. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town, where they boarded a bus. And they all migrated to Miami. Now every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade, while Bruce dreams of new recipes. Recipes that don't hatch. Look at them on the beach having such a good time. Our grumpy Bruce ended up with some geese, didn't he, that loved him so much that they would go anywhere with him. Oh, that was such a cute story. Well, that's our last book for our sofa stories today, but I need to thank the publisher, HarperCollins, and Hyperion Books for allowing me to read you their books. But before we go, let's sing one last song. It's called Goodbye, Friend. And just like hello, friend, the motions are very simple. The sign for goodbye is you touch your chin and wave. And the sign for friend, again, is two fingers that hug each other. Will you sing this with me as we leave? Goodbye, friend. Goodbye, friend. Goodbye, friend. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Join me next time for some more sofa stories.